Kansas City T-Bones proudly present T-Bones Baseball on the Air. Members of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball Clubs and home of Fun Well Done. The T-Bones Broadcast Network is brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, G-Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Now let's head out to the ballpark for the starting lineups and the first pitch with the voice of the T-Bones, Nathan Moore.
Broadcast Network and maybe some technical difficulties. I believe I've worked them out now. We just missed Jake Blackwood lofted a 2-run home run to left center field. There's still no one out in this inning for Anthony Gallus, who is battling at the plate behind 0-2. Not quite sure what everybody heard, but the T-Bones coming today 11-15, 5 games behind first place in the Central Division, trailing Lincoln. Wichita comes into this game 13-12, one game over 500. As they're now a half game behind the Lados. They got the raw end of the deal, as the Lado played yesterday and the Wingnuts couldn't due to the rainout. Gallus will loft that into shallow right, and he's on with a single, as the T-Bones have something moving now with one down. Inning recap, Tyler Massey doubled. He started off. Nate England bunted him over to third. And then Jake Blackwood just tried to get something in the air, but smashed it. And Anthony Gallus singles. Now batting is Brandon Tierney. The first pitch is up around his eyes. I'll take exception to that one. Tierney was the star of the first game, going 3 for 4. Falls behind now, 1-1, that fastball finding the zone. Tierney came to go batting 289. Does have 1 home run and 9 RBIs. 1-2 count out. Tierney didn't like that spot from the home plate umpire. Pitching for the Wingnuts is Alex Boshiers. Boshiers steps on the mound with a 1-2 record, ERA of 3.86 and 21 innings pitched. He struck out 14 while walking 4. Tierney grounds to short. Vargas will take care of it and fired over to first for 1 out. The speed of Anthony Gallus made that impossible. I'm not sure if it's actually Gallus' speed or if it was just the fact that it was a slow-moving ground ball. And nonetheless, the T-Bones had another runner in scoring position with 2 down. Stepping into the box now for the T-Bones is Vladimir Frias. Frias scored the only run of this series so far with the T-Bones. He had a solo home run in the 5th inning of that one, going 1 for 4. And Frias will ground out before I can even finish my sentence. But the T-Bones get 2 across on 3 hits with 2 runs, no errors, and 1 left on base. T-Bones lead 2-0 through half inning here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at Country.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural. You must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this, or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance. At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce costs and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926. Heathwood Oil Company was the...
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We've been having some troubles with the microphones today, experiencing some technical difficulties. Christian Stringer led off at the bottom of the first inning and lined out sharply to Jake Blackwood. We have 2-1 count now to Zach Cox, who was the star of the first game for Wichita, going 4 for 5 with an RBI. David Holman is on the mound for the T-Bones. Holman comes into this game 2-1 with a 3.18 ERA and 22 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 10 while walking 9. The 6'6" righty from Andale, Kansas, has been a reliable part of this rotation for the T-Bones. He falls behind 3-1 and puts Cox on base with a 1-out walk. Starting lineups for the Wichita Wingnuts, leading off is Christian Stringer, and he's playing second. Batting second and playing third is Zach Cox. Batting third and playing DH is Brent Cleveland. Batting fourth and playing left field is the former T-Bone TJ Middlestat. Batting fifth and playing first is Dustin Geiger. Batting sixth and playing right, Richard Prigatano. Batting seventh and playing center field, Harrison Kane. Batting eighth and playing catcher, Brent Dean. And batting ninth at shortstop is Leo Vargas. Brent Cleveland steps into the box now for the Wingnuts with one down and a runner on first. First pitch is a breaking ball that's right around his knees. Perfect pitch from Holman, 0-1. Holman throws over to Blackwood to check on the runner. He's back safely. Holman almost rings Cleveland up. Count goes full. And Holman will walk Cleveland, putting runners on first and second with one down. Bill Sobey will come out and check on his young pitcher. I do apologize for the technical difficulties today. We're doing everything we can to work them out. Little inning recap that we've missed. As Christian Stringer led off and lined out to Jake Blackwood at first. Then Zach Cox walked. He's now at second base. Brent Cleveland also walked. He's at first. And now batting will be TJ Middlestead.
Now batting for the Winglets, it's your Janikane cleanup hitter. Left fielder number 15, DJ Middlestead.
The former T-Bone comes into this game batting .300 with 4 home runs and 20 RBIs. He is a fan favorite here in Wichita. It's a very limited crowd there is. Just screams when he steps into the box. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Today it's Kids Day at the park. And there are plenty of kids around here coming in groups. Last night's game was rained out, and they said that if your tape is fine, you can come back. Middlestead smacks that to center field. Massey looking for it, and he'll bring it in on the warning track. Everybody in the park, including myself, thought it was out. Runners did too. They were halfway to their bases. And they'll have no choice but to go back with 2 down.
First baseman, number 24, Dustin Geiger.
Now batting for the Wingnuts is Dustin Geiger. In the first game of this series, Geiger. First pitch is inside. Strike 1. Fooled me. Dustin Geiger went 1 for 4 in the first game. He comes to this game batting .232 in 95 at-bats with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. He is a big boy in the box, and I'm sure he's got the power to show it. He fouls back the high breaking pitch, 0-2. And key for David Holman today will be keeping his pitches down and throwing strike 1. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Dustin Geiger behind, 0-2. Leonidas sets up outside. Slider on the outer half, just barely misses. Would have been a good one for Geiger to bite at, but he does not. 1-2. You can really tell the rain went through this area as Lawrence Dumont Stadium's right on the banks of the Arkansas River. And I can see it from where I'm sitting, and it is flowing today as Geiger lines up to left field. Aslan comes up. They're going to send their runner. Aslan gets it in quickly. Run scores. Tinbrink cuts it off. They throw to second. Runners back safely. Tinbrink, he guarantees that that runner at second was out. But nonetheless, the Wingnuts cut the lead in half as they now trail 2-1 with 2 down and runners still on first and second.
Now batting for the Wingnuts, the right fielder, number 19, Richard Brigatano.
Now batting for the Wingnuts is Richard Prigatano. And the first game of this series with Prigatano scored the most runs with 2, going 1 for 3. First pitch ball to Prigatano. Prigatano comes into this game batting .326 with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs. First strike is in there to Prigatano, 1-1. And Prigatano swings at the low breaking ball. 1-2. I don't know why he's chirping at the umpire. You swung at it, young man. That's a strike every time. Known that since T-ball. Here comes the 1-2 from Holman. Prigatano wants to swing and it holds back just enough. Ball in the dirt, counts even at 2. Prigatano gets just enough of that to foul it off at the home plate, and he'll stay alive at 2-2. Prigatano spent last season in Boise, Idaho, and the single-A club for the Colorado Rockies. Wingnuts have a lot of bats in this lineup, as we saw in the first game with the T-Bones falling 5-1. When Wichita got 11 hits. Prigatano lines that over Tinbrig's head at third. They're going to send their runner. Aslan scoops it up, fires it in, runner to third. Prigatano trying for second. Frias fires. Prigatano's in there safely. Now it'll be runners on second and third with 2 down. And the game now tied at 2.
That's the Newman University extra base hit. Newman University, get the most out of your education.
As Wichita's picked up back-to-back RBI hits from the 5 and 6 hitters in this lineup.
And now batting for the Wingnuts, the center fielder, number 4, Harrison.
Now batting for Wichita is the police commissioner of Gotham, Harrison Kane. In the first game of this series, Kane went 1 for 4. The speedy center fielder made a big enough difference to pick up an RBI, and he'll loft that to center field where Massey will wait for it, pitch attempt, wait for it to come down, welcome it in for the third out as the Wingnuts come back and tie the game at 2 on 2 hits with no T-Bones errors. They leave 2 on base here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com. It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this, or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance. At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. Lead off the top of the first inning, and right when I say it, Cole Leonida gets hit by a 1-2 pitch from Alex Boshiers. T-Bones and Wingnuts are now tied at 2. After the Wingnuts scored 2 in the bottom of the first, Jake Blackwood smacked a 2-run home run in the first inning for the T-Bones. And that's where our 2 runs come from. Now batting for the T-Bones is Anthony Aslan. Aslan seeing his first action in this series. Fastball's on the outer half, 0-1. Aslan is a new T-Bone. Relatively new, I should say. He comes to us from the University of Indianapolis. The Cincinnati, Ohio native is batting .111 in 9 at-bats. Still searching for his first home run and RBI. Next pitch is in around his hands. Count goes 1-1. A runner on first, still no one down. Aslan goes swinging for that breaking pitch. Nothing happened, 1-2. Boshiers delivers and he hits Aslan. Second straight batter hit by a pitch. The T-Bones have been wearing those all year. And the last series alone against Joplin, there was one game where the T-Bones got hit 5 times by the Joplin pitchers. Nonetheless, we'll take it. That puts runners on first and second. And they'll have a meeting at the mound as something is obviously not right with Alex Boshiers. Now batting for the T-Bones is the new guy, Dalton Wheat, making his very first professional appearance today in the start. Didn't even know he was on the roster until I got to the ballpark, and I had to go ask him for his jersey number. But I give all the credit in the world to Morgan Conrad back at the office doing exhaustive research for me. What she came up with is that he's from Augusta, Kansas. He's an Emporia State Hornet and a former Butler Grizzly. Wheat shows bunt and fouls it off. T-Bones will just try to get somebody moving with runners in scoring position already. I saw Wheat during his tryout on the first day, and what I picked up from that is that he is an extremely fast young man. The stats prove it. Morgan says that he stole 46 bases during his time at Butler. Apparently last month, his .411 batting average ranked him third in the MIAA. He leads the MIAA in home runs and is also third in the country. Wheat shows bunt again, pops it foul, and now he'll be forced to swing the bat. It's an 0-2 count. Corner infielders come in as they're going to be charging. As they must still think that something's going to happen with a bunt. 0-2 count. I don't see that happening. And Wheat will take the next pitch, a breaking ball outside. 1-2. And Wheat will go down swinging as that curveball was just outside his reach. He'll strike out in his first professional at bat. And I say that with absolutely no negativity, as I know if I stepped into that box, I'd either get hit by a pitch from looking at the pitcher wrong, or I'd go down swinging on all three pitches. I expect to see a lot from that young man with his college stats coming into today. Nonetheless, the top of the lineup is back up, and Tyler Massey, when we saw him, he doubled and came around to score on that Jake Blackwood home run. He comes on now with runners on first and second and one down. Massey will ground at Geiger at first. Geiger looks to make a play at second. He can. He'll just step on first and take care of it on his own. Both runners do advance. Nate Tinbrink comes on now. Both runners in scoring position. And this would be a golden opportunity for Tinbrink to pick up his first RBI of the season. O'Shear steps and delivers. First pitch is outside, 1-0. First game of this series, Tinbrink went 0 for 4. The T-Bones saw John Link. Hopefully they don't see him again this year, as he has had the T-Bones numbers. In his second straight start, he went 7 innings. The first time around, he's through 7 scoreless at Community America Ballpark. Tinbrink will chop it to second. And Stringer will throw it to Geiger for the third out. The T-Bones strand 2 on second and third, getting both on by hit batters. And the game is still tied 2-2 through 1.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce costs and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. We'll start this one back up in the bottom of the second inning as Brent Dean comes to play, and it counts 1-2 as I jumped in a little too late. That is my mistake. This is Dean's first at-bat of this game. He did not see any action in the first game. He was the regular catcher for the Wingnuts until they acquired Martin Medina on June 7th. But like I was saying right before we went to the break, hopefully the T-Bones don't have to see John Link again first time around. He threw 7 scoreless. Yesterday he went 7 innings again. As Holman throws that up around Dean's head. Both pitchers struggling with their control today. Dean ducks under it, thankfully. Counts even now at 2. John Link went 7 innings again yesterday, giving up 1 run. That solo home run to Vladimir Frias. Next pitch is just outside. Counts now full. Payoff pitch to Dean. He fouls it back. He'll stay alive. Count still full. On deck for the Wingnuts is Leo Vargas. Hot day here in Wichita. It's 90 degrees at first pitch. Barely any wind. What there is carrying out to left field. Dean fouls it back again. He's working on Holman's pitch count. Immediately after this game, the T-Bones will be traveling to Laredo, Texas to start that 3-game series. Speaking of Laredo, they're going to be traveling back to Laredo as well. Getting back later than we will, as they're currently at Joplin. And Dean will take another one inside, and he'll walk as the T-Bones put the leadoff hitter of the inning on. Elsewhere in the American Association, Texas is playing at Winnipeg. That game is happening right now. Gary is playing at Sioux Falls. He'll set to throw first pitch in about 20 minutes, and then the nightcap will be Lincoln at Fargo Moorhead. Yesterday's results are Sioux City beat St. Paul 8-6 in the first game of that doubleheader. Then St. Paul won 7-1 in the second game of that doubleheader. Texas beat Winnipeg 5-3 as Leo Vargas takes the first pitch and lines it up the middle for his first hit of the day, putting Brent Dean on second. Gary beat Sioux Falls in a 10-inning game 4-1. Laredo beat Joplin in a 12-inning game 6-4. Then Lincoln beat Fargo Moorhead 4-3. Now batting for Wichita at the top of the lineup, Christian Stringer, who lined out to first base in the first inning in that bat that I missed. Corner infield playing in. I think they're expecting a bunt, because that's what John Mazzarelli would do in this situation, as we've seen twice in 2 innings of this game. Breaking pitch touches the outer half just enough. 0-2 count to Stringer. Holman has him right where he wants him and can play with him just enough. Holman delivers high as Leonida had to get out of his stance for that one. 1-2. Holman kicks. That pitch is low. That was a good pitch that Stringer could have bitten on, but he doesn't. And counts now even at 2. Holman takes his time getting set. Frias behind the runner at second. Holman checks, delivers, breaking pitch that doesn't break, and the other batter's box. Count goes full. On deck for the Wingnuts is Zach Cox, who the T-Bones had trouble with in the first game of this series where he went 4 for 5. Holman delivers outside, and Stringer will walk, loading the bases. For the Wingnuts and putting their most dangerous hitter, Zach Cox, into the box. Last season, Cox played AAA in New Orleans in the Miami Marlins organization. I almost said Dolphins. That would have been completely wrong. Cox also spent the spring with the Washington Nationals until they let him go, and he found his way here to the batter's box in Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Cole Leonida will go out and check on his young pitcher. And I say young, even though he is older than me. Although we're about the same height, so I guess I earned that one. First pitch from Holman's a fastball that just doesn't touch the plate. 1-0. Holman delivers. Infield playing in. That pitch was high. Cox wanted it, but holds back. Counts now 2-0. Warming up in the T-Bones bullpen now is Josh Tolles. Cox pops it up. Tinbrink looking for it. And Frias will take it from him for the big first out, as that ball didn't leave the infield on an infield fly rule. And now the double play can get Holman out of this inning. Now batting for Wichita's their most powerful hitter, Brent Cleveland. Cleveland walked in the first inning and came around to score. That was a part of that big first inning for both teams. Holman kicks. Fastball up around Cleveland's eyes. 1-0. Like I said earlier, the T-Bones made a roster move today as that breaking pitch is just high, 2-0. Releasing Christian Torres today and replacing him with Dalton Wheat, who's getting the start in right field, wearing Torres' number 44. Holman gets set, checks on the runners. And Cleveland takes a big hack at that as Holman had him fooled with a changeup. 2-1. Cleveland going to Middlestat to get more pine tar on his bat. Obviously irritating Holman just enough as he just wants to play. I think he might have just found his groove with that last pitch. And then the veteran Cleveland taking his time, knowing exactly what's going through Holman's mind. We'll resume with a 2-1 count, 1 out, bases loaded. Holman kicks, delivers, and gets Cleveland to swing at a high fastball that Cleveland can't catch up with. Counts now even at 2. His strikeout would be astronomical here. Holman kicks, delivers up around Cleveland's eyes. Count goes full. Holman's really got to focus on finding the zone on this pitch. Can't even really get the young man to go fishing for something, or else you might have or else you're going to run the chance of walking a run home. Payoff pitch from Holman in the dirt. That'll walk a run home, giving the Wingnuts a 3-2 lead. Three walks in this inning by David Holman will bring John Mazzarelli out of the dugout, and it appears we might have a pitching change. Tolles looks like he's getting ready. I'm bad at predicting if there's actually going to be a change, so I'm going to hold my tongue long enough. Maz might just be going out there to talk to his pitcher. With the bases loaded, still 1 out with 3 walks in this inning. Leo Vargas getting the lone hit of this inning to this point with a single with a runner on first. All he did was advance the runner over. And Tolles will have to stay in the bullpen as Maz is going to trust his tall righty from Andale with the task of getting out of this inning. I can't help but think that if anything happens with Middlestat, say Middlestat just gets on base, well, that'd be the only negative of this, unless he hits the home run. As this could be Holman's last batter. If he gets Middlestat out, we might see him finish out the inning and then maybe continue pitching in this game. With all these walks, I still have a hard time saying that Holman's had a bad day. He's looked good coming off the mound. I'm not going to blame anything on the umpire. Not going to blame anything on Holman, really. It's just one of those days. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Bullpen getting restless with the T-Bones. Another pitch in the dirt from Holman, 2-0. Middlestat is a dangerous hitter in this lineup. Obviously batting in the 4-hole. That's where you put your most dangerous, and he fouls it off just barely. Counts now 2-1. That ball sounded good off the bat, but he was just a little out ahead of it. 2-1. Sun beating down on this turf field. I walked on it a little earlier after we had some minor flooding here in Wichita last night. Stepped on it and seemed fine. Just a little slick. I'm sure equipment manager John West has got that already figured out with the different cleats as that pitch is in the dirt as well. 3-1 from Holman. A little soggy on the outskirt, but that's not where anybody's going to be, so that part really doesn't matter. The grounds crew here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium doing a fine job keeping this field in playing condition. Holman delivers a 3-1. Just a changeup that goes over the heart of the plate. Middlestat doesn't swing at it, and rightfully so as the count goes full. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the runners on first and second at least take off as they get a walking lead. Middlestat swings it hard to right field. It's tailing foul, and that ball was out of here, but just foul. And it was absolutely crushed as he even had the wind helping him bring it back in, as the wind is slight, but just enough, going straight from right to left. Middlestat battling, Holman battling. Who will win? Holman gets that, delivers. Middlestat lines it back up the middle. They're going to send the runner from second. Massey comes up, strong throw. Blackwood cuts it off, and 2-run score as Wichita takes a 5-2 lead. On an RBI, 2 RBI single from TJ Middlestat. Runners on first and second now, and Mazzarelli will come out of the dugout. Rule states, second time they come out, you do have to make a change. We will see Josh Tolles come to the game for the T-Bones. Stay tuned to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. T-Bones trail 5-2.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance. At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce costs and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. See Josh Tolles enter the game for the T-Bones in place of David Holman. Holman's day is not officially done yet, as he is still responsible for the runners on first and second with one down. The Australian, though, Tolles the lefty, comes into this game with a 1-1 record, an ERA of 4.5 in 14 innings pitched. He struck out 12 and walked 12. First pitch to Geiger is fouled back, 1-0. 0-1. It's another beautiful sponsor for that foul ball. Tolles gets that, checks on the runners, nobody holding him. Fires a fastball that Geiger will swing and find it to left field right in the glove of Anthony Aslan for a big out, number 2. Now batting for Wichita is the ever so dangerous Richard Prigatano. Prigatano had an RBI double in the first inning. With speed on the base pass, anything in the gap will score both of them, although it is always a stretch to say a runner will score from first with runners on first and second. First pitch is a fastball, low and outside, 1-0. Change up from Tolles high, 2-0. Tolles is a shorter pitcher. That's not always a bad thing. Obviously, the coaches, when they're looking for a pitcher, they love to find the tall guys. But when you're talking about relievers, for some reason, I don't know why, you want to find the shorter guys. Tolles is the shortest guy on the team, coming in at 5'7", 175 pounds. I'll get Prigatano swinging at that breaking pitch, 2-1. Prigatano hacks at something that was in the other batter's box, and Tolles is now even the count at 2. Tolles fires in, strikes him out. As Wichita is forced to strand 2. They do score 3, though, on 2 hits with no T-Bones errors, officially closing the door on David Holman's day as he went an inning and a third, giving up 4 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts, and 5 runs, all of them earned. We'll go to the top of the third inning as the T-Bones trail 5-2 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com. It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning, the experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore as the T-Bones trail early 5-2 as we begin the top of the third inning. Now batting for the T-Bones, though, is the ever so popular Jake Blackwood. Popular as well-deserved today as he's been responsible for the only 2 runs the T-Bones have scored early with his 2-run home run in the first inning. First pitch strike to Blackwood. I am beyond confused. What is happening with this umpire's crew? It's now an 0-2 count to Blackwood as there's an umpire standing down in the T-Bones dugout, the home plate umpire, and there's another home plate umpire behind the dish. I am just utterly confused what is happening. The fastball's outside, 1-2. There's 2 umpires on the field, one in the T-Bones dugout. I've never seen something like this before. Outside again, 2-2. Blackwood will go down swinging. That is the second strikeout of the day for Boshiers. Stepping in now is the very, very powerful Anthony Gallows, who spent last season in the Cleveland Indians organization, going as high up as AAA. Gallus comes in today with 5 home runs, which is the team lead. He's second on the team in RBIs with 12. First pitch from Boshiers. Gallus goes around just enough for strike 1. Gallus pops it straight up, tailing out a play. Geiger tracking it. He's at the railing. And he'll make the play for the second out. Now coming to the plate is the hottest hitter for the T-Bones of this series, this 3-game series that we've only going to be playing 2 of today, is Brandon Tierney, who went 3 for 4 in the first game. So far today, he is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third in the first inning. Tierney is second on the team in hitting with a .289 average. First pitch to Tierney is outside, 1-0. Tierney spent last season in the Frontier League, and I asked him once earlier, this last homestand, what his favorite part about playing in Kansas City is as he takes a big hack at that, 1-1. And he says, well, this team has a home field. Last season he played for the Grays in the Independent League, and I guess they traveled everywhere, not having a home field. I'm not truly sure where they were as that ball bounces in the other batter's box. Tierney will grab it for the catcher and throw it back out. Counts 2-1. This will be a long homestand, and I'm sure it'll feel like second nature to him when we make this 12-hour drive to Laredo. Tierney smashes that ball to right field. The wind will keep it in, and Prigatano will bring it down for the third out as the T-Bones go down in order and still trail 5-2 through 2.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Still experiencing technical difficulties. Vladimir Frias reaches the walk in the first inning. And now he is in some pain, holding his right eye. Not sure if he had some of those rubber pellets from the turf pop up in there into his contact or something. That's what it appears he's working on. John West checks on him. Frias will walk back to first, and everything seems fine. Cole Leonida is up to the plate behind 1-2. Throw over to Frias. I'm sure he didn't like that, since last time he had to dive back, he kicked something up in his eye. Well, we're back at it. Boshiers gets set, delivers. Pitch in the dirt. Dean checks on Frias. Frias, I don't know what they're thinking Frias is going to do, because he has like a 2-foot lead at the most. But they keep checking on him, staring him down. John West doing a fine job in the first base coach. Watching it, Leonida smacks the ball to left center. And that will be fouled off on top of the locker rooms here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The locker rooms are in left field, normally where you see a bullpen. But Leonida just parks it right on top of those, but just foul. Counts now even at 2. Fans, purchase a Powerball ticket at your favorite retailer for a chance to win millions of dollars. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $153 million. Play Kansas Lottery and dream bigger. Brent Dean will come out and check on his young pitcher as Cole Leonida fouls it off. T-Bones will be heading to Laredo, Texas, to take on the Lemurs in a 3-game series. Cole Leonida will take the next pitch, low and outside. Counts now full. When we see the T-Bones here in Wichita, it'll be middle of August, and they'll play 4 games in 3 days. As Frias was running, but Leonida fouls it off. Count remains full. Frias runs. Dean overthrows. Frias will break for third. And Frias with a stolen base, and he'll pick up an extra one on the air by the catcher. Boshiers gets set as that Leonida will go down swinging. Stepping in now is Anthony Aslan. He's ahead early, 1-0. Early in this game, Aslan was hit by a pitch, and he could only reach as far as second until he was stranded. Last inning, the T-Bones went down in order, but in the second, they had 2 runners on with no one out. Runners on first and second. Then the newcomer Wheat struck out. Tyler Massey grounded into an unassisted out. And Aslan gets hit again. I'm sure he's going to be trying to find a way to take an ice bath on the bus. That's the second time he's been hit today. And that's the third batter that's been hit Well, the third time a batter's been hit by the T-Bones. Let me try that again. That's the third T-Bones batter that's been hit by a pitch, although he's been hit twice. And I still got it wrong the third time around. But now batting for the T-Bones is Dalton Wheat. The newcomer struck out swinging in his first professional at-bat. First pitch this time around is a fastball high and outside, 1-0. Schaub gives the signs, and I think they might try something drastic here, such as a suicide squeeze. As I've seen the speed of Wheat during warm-ups, we've all seen the speed of Vladimir Frias. That pitch is outside, 2-0. And we all know Anthony Aslan can run as well. There's speed on every black jersey out on the field right now. Wheat stands in. Fastball that was way outside. It looked just like the first pitch that was called a ball, but they'll call it a strike. 2-1 now to Dalton Wheat. And they just played a random clip from Napoleon Dynamite as Boshiers is about to deliver. And it's outside, 3-1. It was the Bo staff quote. Just one gang wants me to join because I'm pretty good at the Bo staff. Not truly sure what that plays into, but it's a 3-1 count to Wheat. I guess I should just focus on the game. Boshiers delivers. Wheat pops it up to left field. That could get Frias home, as that's kind of starting to be trouble. In the left field corner, Frias breaks home. Alzon stays on first. And Dalton Wheat picks up his first Major League RBI before he picks up his first Major League hit. Scoring Vladimir Frias and cutting the deficit to 3-5 as the T-Bones still trail. Stepping in now is the top of the lineup, leadoff hitter Tyler Massey, who's 1 for 2 in this game with a double in the first. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Massey takes exception to it. But that is a spot where Dalton Wheat took a pitch, called it a strike, so at least he's being consistent with it. One count to Massey. And Massey fouls it off gingerly. A little more on it. It might have found its way up here to me. 2-1 count. Runner on second and 2 down for Massey. As Anthony Aslan will advance, as that was actually a wild pitch. I feel like I should just watch the game instead of trying to hear it. Low to Massey. Count goes 3-1. Boshiers delivers. Massey flings it to left field. That'll be trailing just foul into the wingnut bullpen. Count goes full. On deck for the T-Bones is Nate Tinbrink. Each team has 4 hits. The only difference is the walks, and that's why the T-Bones are trailing 3-5. Boshiers delivers outside to Massey. Way outside. Massey's halfway down to first. And the umpire rings him up on a late call. Massey not happy. Nobody's happy. As the T-Bones had a runner in scoring position, and the umpire calls a strike in the other batter's box. T-Bones trail 5-3 as they score 1 run on no hits. And the top of the 4th here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce costs and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. The T-Bones trail 5-3 here in the top of the fifth inning. We're still experiencing technical difficulties. I'm not quite sure what you heard. If you missed the top of the fourth inning, the bottom of the fourth inning, pardon me, you missed Josh Toll sending the Wingnuts down in order for the second straight inning. Two-1 count to Tinbrink. Earlier in this game, Tinbrink is 0 for 1 in this game with a sacrifice in the first. Still searching for his first RBI of the season for the T-Bones. Granted, he did just come off the DL this past weekend, and he'll be on base with a walk. As the T-Bones have somebody on to start this inning. They've done that in 3 innings to this point. The only exception being the third inning where it went down in order. Tying run is Jake Blackwood, and he fouls the first pitch back. Earlier in this game, Blackwood put the T-Bones on the board with a 2-run home run in the first inning. 0-1 count to Blackwood. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Bat doesn't leave his shoulder. 0-2. Blackwood goes up high for one. Launches it to right field. That's the danger zone, and it'll drop between second base and right field. They're going to send Tinbrink to third. And he slides in there safely. As it's runners on the corner now for the 4-hole hitter Anthony Gallus. As Jake Blackwood picks up his second hit of the day. Little Kenny Loggins reference that I think I'm going to keep using in Danger Zone. Sometimes I just make myself chuckle. I guess somebody has to. Anthony Gallo steps in with runners on the corner. Still no one down. Sacrifice in order, but guess what? That also means the double play is in order. Blackwood might be running, and they might just give the base to him on the throwdown. Tin Brink could break home. No action. First pitch is on the outer half, 0-1. Wichita is 4-0 against the T-Bones this season. They will play 9 games total. Gallus swings and hits that ball high and foul. Out of play. 0-2 count. Whoever wins this, if Wichita wins this game, that would automatically mean that the T-Bones lose the season series. Obviously, 9 games, they win 5. Who's going to win that one? And Gallus will go down swinging to retire the first T-Bones batter of this inning. Runner still in the corner for Brandon Tierney. Tierney's 0 for 2 today, but in the first game of this series, back on Tuesday, Tierney went 3 for 4.
Second baseman number 13, Brandon Tierney.
Tierney has 9 RBIs on the season, and wouldn't we all love it if he picks up 3 more and he can do it on one swing? I'd be fine if he picked up 1 more RBI. Anything in the air can get Tin Brink home. Anything on the ground could end the inning with 1 down and runners on the corner. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Fastball that just barely misses the plate, 2-0. Inside around Tierney's chest. He has the hitter's count now, 3-0. He probably gets the red light from the dugout as a bases loaded opportunity could come up from Vladimir Frias, who's on the on-deck circle. And that's way inside again, and that'll load the bases just like clockwork. We do have action up in the wingnut bullpen. And it's a submarine pitcher, Jesse Pratt. We'll have a meeting at the mound. It appears Pratt's still going to be warming up. They've yet to even look down to the bullpen. But this might be a trip that says, here, let's buckle down. You have 1 out at any base with the bases loaded. We've seen the wingnut pitchers work out of trouble all year. Granted, the one we've been the most afraid of is John Link, and he's gone 7 innings each time. He's throwing 7 shutout innings at Community America Ballpark earlier in the year. And then on Tuesday, the only other game in this series to this point, he threw 7 one-run innings. I couldn't have worded that any worse. He threw 7 innings, giving up 1 run in 5 hits. And here's the one guy that he gave the 1 run up to, Vladimir Frias, when he gave it up on a solo home run. If Frias can get the long ball working here, the T-Bones will take a major lead with the bases loaded. First pitch strike is in there to Frias. Out at any base with the bases loaded, 1 down. Like I said, the last at bat, anything in the air could move the runners. Anything on the ground could end the inning. Frias chops it to second. Close play at second. They can only settle for the 1 as Tierney slides around Stringer. And 1 run will score, cutting the deficit to 1 as the T-Bones trail 5-4.
Now batting for the T-Bones is captain number 12, Cole Wichita.
The runners on second and third for Cole Leonida with 2 down. Leonida's 0 for 1, and he smacks that ball to center field. Looked better off the bat. Harrison Kane will bring it in, barely having to move, as the T-Bones will strand 2 runners, but they score 1 on 1 hit with no wingnut errors. I'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. T-Bones trail 5-4 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Wingnuts is TJ Middlestat. Fastball from Tolles is in there, 0-1. Next pitch is another fastball right around his waist, far inside, 1-1. The lefty Tolles has looked good in his relief appearance so far. So he gets Middlestat to fall behind, 1-2. Middlestat has retired 6 straight batters. That breaking ball breaks a little too much. Outside, counts now even at 2. When he came in with both runners in scoring position in the 2nd inning, he induced a fly out to left field and a strikeout to save a run. Middlestat smacks that ball to right field, but it'll trail just foul. We'll stay here even at 2. I'm sure Maz loves what he's seeing out of his Australian lefty. Fastball just barely misses outside. Count goes full. On deck for Wichita is Dustin Geiger. Middlestat fouls it straight back to stay alive. Count remains full. Tolles delivers. Middlestat pops it straight up. Tinbrink looking for it. Frias right behind him. And Tinbrink makes the play, falling down for the first out, recording the 7th straight batter to be retired. Nate Tinbrink, Anthony Aslan, and Vladimir Frias formed a triangle looking for that ball. All three of them lost it in the sun. Tinbrink falls straight back and finds it. And that'll retire Middlestat, who is not an easy guy to get out. He had been 1 for 2 going into that at bat. Now he's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs so far today. Now batting for Wichita's Dustin Geiger. First pitch to Geiger's high, 1-0. Geiger is 1 for 2 as well with an RBI single, clear back in the first. Two-out count to Geiger. Fastball lows. Geiger gets way ahead, 3-0. Geiger checks a swing. They're appealing down to first. First base umpire probably wasn't even watching. And they both say that Geiger goes around. First base umpire didn't make any sort of ruling. Home plate umpire called him back, said you went around, 3-1. This has been a weird day for this umpiring crew, as there's only 2 on the field. Earlier in the game, well, we started with 3. I don't know where the other one went, as Geiger pops up to center. Says some choice words as he leaves the box, but Tyler Massey will put him into his glove for the second out. Now batting for Wichita is Richard Prigatano. Prigatano's 1 for 2. And today's action was an RBI double way back in the first. And then Tolles struck him out. That would be Tolles' first strikeout of the day. Prigatano lines that sharply to left. Aslan tracking it, and he'll bring it in as Josh Tolles has retired 9 straight wingnut batters. He has looked great in his relief appearance as the T-Bones still trail 5-4 through 5 complete here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. Leading off the top of the sixth inning for the T-Bones is Anthony Azalon. We have a new pitcher into the game for the Wingnuts in the way of Jesse Pratt. So Azalon takes a big hack at that and 1-1. Pratt comes into this game batting. Pratt doesn't come into this game batting. Pratt comes to this game with the 1-0 record and ERA of 2.70. Anthony Azalon pops that up to second. They'll put it away easily. But before I was so rudely cut off, just joking, Jesse Pratt is 1-0 at the 2.70 ERA and 20 innings pitched. He struck out 13 while walking 5. The day is officially done for Alex Boshears. Boshears went 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walking 2 and striking out 5. Submarine pitcher Pratt fires it in there. First pitch strike to Dalton Wheat. Wheat grounds it up the middle. This could be his first major league hit. We show the speed, and he picks up his first major league hit. The throw was low from Vargas, but Wheat would have beat it out anyways. And he's on with a 1-out single. Congratulations to that young man. They're going to keep that ball for him. Vladimir Frias will then take another ball that he had in his hands and chuck it to some little kids in the crowd. I'm sure that's on Dalton Wheat's mind now, as it kind of fooled me at first. But then I saw Frias walking back and put it in his back pocket. Massey will line the next pitch to right field, and that puts runners on first and second with 1 down. Nate Tinbrink will slowly make his way to the box.
Third baseman number 15, Nate Tinbrink.
Tinbrink now comes on with runners on first and second. Last time we saw Tinbrink, he walked and came around to score. First pitch to Tinbrink is outside, 1-0. Jesse Pratt earned his first professional win with 3 scoreless innings of relief during that series at Kansas City. His win came on June 6th. Tinbrink grounds it softly up the middle. Vargas steps on second. He'll take care of the double play, 6-3. A nice slide from Tyler Massey takes out Vargas, but it's not enough as the T-Bones strand 2 on 2 hits and still trail 5-4 through 5.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Now batting for the Wingnuts as we start the bottom of the 6th inning here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. Now batting for the Wingnuts is the Police Commissioner of Gotham, Harrison Kane. Obviously, that's a Batman reference. Sure, I'm the only one laughing at it. Harrison Kane is 0 for 2. That red bat of his, it's like he was meant to be a wingnut. He's ahead 1-0. Kane takes a big hack at that. Now the count goes 2-1. Kane was traded to Wichita last season from Sioux Falls. Leonardo will go out and check on his young pitcher from Australia. I'm sure we're getting somewhere near his pitch count. If I had a number, I'd show it to you, but I do not. Kane will chop that up the middle. Frias ranging over, fires it over to first for the first out. And make that 10 straight batters that Josh Tolles has retired. Now batting for the Nuts is Brent Dean. Dean is 0 for 1 with a run scored so far. First pitch from Tolles is fouled down the third baseline by Dean. 0-1. Tolles delivers. Dean lines it to right. And Wheat will get his first major league putout on a line drive from Brent Dean. Barely had to move. That's about as easy as it gets. 11 straight retired, but now by Josh Tolles. Actually, I might be wrong. It is 13 straight that Josh Tolles has retired. Retired 2 in the second, and then through the third through the fifth, he sent the Nuts down in order. He's retired 2 this inning. Leo Vargas steps in now. He likes to play spoiler. He'll loft that to left. Anthony Aslan doesn't let him play spoiler, as Josh Tolles has had a magnificent performance in his relief appearance, retiring 14 straight batters, not allowing a single hit or a walk. The T-Bones still trail 5-4 through 6 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. We have a new pitcher into the game for the Wingnuts by way of Fabian Roman. Roman comes in for Jesse Pratt, who went 1 inning, giving up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Roman is 2-0 with a .587 ERA. He signed with the Wingnuts at the end of May. First batter you see is Jake Blackwood, grounds sharply to third base, and they'll put him away on the first pitch. Last season, Roman played rookie ball in the Cincinnati Reds organization, where he owned a .528 ERA in 59 2/3 innings in 2 seasons. He was selected in the 16th round of the 2013 draft by Cincinnati out of Lubbock Christian. First pitch to Anthony Gallus now is outside, 1-0. Roman finds the inner half. 1-1. That'd be a spot where Gallus, if he shortens up his swing, could send it over their little left field wall that's got nothing on the Community America mini monster. Right when I say it, he shortens his swing, but pops up. Vargas tracking it full speed in foul territory, makes the catch for the second out. Now batting for the T-Bones is Brandon Tierney. Tierney is 0 for 2 today. Only other game of this series back on Tuesday, he went 3 for 4. He walked last time he came up, though, in the 5th inning. The bullpen has been the strength of Wichita all season. They own a .461 ERA with 64 strikeouts and 46 walks. The most strikeouts they had this season from the pen was 3, and that was at Kansas City on June 8th. Brandon Tierney fouls it off, 0-2. This game has moved right along. I'm sure that's what every player on the field wants, as the heat has really jumped up there. As now it's 95 degrees outside. Wind's picked up a little bit, still going right to left. Action down in the Kansas City bullpen. Looks like Evan DeLuca. They're going to keep the left-handed trend going, as it worked perfectly with Josh Tolles. Pop straight up, tailing out of play. Well, it looked like it was, but it came back, and Brent Dean lost it in the sun. So it lands right next to the ball boy. Count stays 0-2. Roman delivers. Foul ball up into my box. Takes out another big chunk in the wall. Really, that one came screaming up here. I'll have to get Brandon Tierney to sign that ball. Let's look at that, Mom. I came away with a foul ball. And Tierney will go down swinging to end the inning. As the T-Bones go down in order from Fabian Roman. They trail 5-4 through 6.5. We have a new pitcher into the game for the T-Bones in the way of Evan DeLuca as they replace the lefty Tolles with another lefty as DeLuca comes on immediately to face a left-handed hitter, their leadoff hitter, Christian Stringer. This might be one time where he just faces one batter, then comes out as the T-Bones have Aaron Baker up and ready in the pen. In 4 2/3 innings, works for Tolles. He looked magnificent, not giving up any hits, not walking anybody, and striking out one. First pitch strike from DeLuca. And if you did the math just with me, Josh Tolles came in and retired 14 straight batters, even saving a run in the second inning. Next pitch from DeLuca's outside, 1-1. Stringer fouls the next pitch off into the seats in left field. 1-2. Fans, purchase a Powerball ticket at your favorite retailer for a chance to win millions of dollars. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $153 million. Play Kansas Lottery and dream bigger. Tickets can be bought now at the T-Bones Meat Locker. Stringer pops that straight up. Leonida tracking it. Blackwood might take it. He does. And he'll bring it in for the first out. Zach Cox steps in now, another lefty hitter. The right-hander on deck, I should say. That might be the one that Aaron Baker is waiting for. First pitch from DeLuca is a fastball high, a 1-0. DeLuca in the dirt. He gets behind now, 2-0. Bears are going to bring Baker in for the next batter. Shuttlesworth will transfer the news. Also action in the wingnut bullpen. That's Chad Nading. T-Bones had trouble with Nading in the first game. Fastball that just barely misses the inner half. From my vantage point, it didn't, but I'm not in blue in umpiring. So you can't take my word for anything on these calls. 3-0 count to Cox. DeLuca finally finds his zone, 3-1. Wind has picked up, still going right to left. On this hot day, that wind out to left field will help any right-handed batter fire it in there. That ball is popped straight up. Frias will pitch a 10. Call off Tinbrink, even though it's right where Tinbrink was standing. And Frias will make the play for the second out. As T-Bone's relief pitchers have found the key to shutting down this powerful wingnut lineup. We have the first right-handed batter of the inning coming up. Right-hander getting ready in the pin, Aaron Baker, in the way of Brent Cleveland. Cleveland is 0 for 1 today with 2 walks, an RBI, and a run scored. First pitch from DeLuca. It's down around the knees. Perfect pitch, 0-1. Cleveland hands off his sunglasses to Middlestat, as those have been a problem for him, I guess. Maybe that's what he's going to blame the last flyout on. Cleveland gets ready. DeLuca gets set. On your mark, DeLuca gets set, go. Fastball right down the middle. They'll call it a ball, and we're even at 1. DeLuca fires it in there, fouled back by Cleveland, 1-2. DeLuca will hit Cleveland on his right knee. And he'll take his base very gingerly. No doubt in my mind, that's the one that hurt the most. I guess if Cleveland can dodge a wrench, he can dodge a ball. Guess he can't dodge the wrench. He's on first. That's the first base runner that the Wingnuts have had since the second inning. And I think that just screams to how fantastic Josh Tolles was today. First pitch to TJ Middlestat is low, 1-0. And Middlestat takes that pitch off the back as DeLuca is struggling with his control. Putting 2 runners on with 2 down. Runners on first and second. John Mazzarelli make his way out of the dugout. No motion's been made to the bullpen yet, but Aaron Baker starts to walk over, and they'll call it a day for Evan DeLuca. T-Bones trail 5-4 through 6 2/3 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. The day is not done for Evan DeLuca yet, as there's runners on first and second with 2 down that he is responsible for. If we were to end his storyline right now, it'd be he pitched 2/3 innings with no walks, no strikeouts, and no hits with 2 hit batters. Coming into the game now for the T-Bones is Aaron Baker. Baker comes into this game with a 1-0 record, 5.27 ERA, and 13 2/3 innings pitched. He has 11 strikeouts to 6 walks. Last time that Aaron Baker faced the Wichita Wingnuts, as he sees that curveball go across for strike 1. The T-Bones had a 5-1 lead on June 6th, the first game of that 3-game series. On their way to a healthy win, they brought him in just for innings. And he gave up 2 home runs to tie the game at 5 in a game that the T-Bones would eventually lose 7-5 in 14 innings. Fastball inside, 1-1. Baker gets set, delivers. Fastball across, 1-2. Payoff pitch. Right over Tinbrink's outstretched glove as he left the air and jumped as high as he could. That'll bring 1 run home. As Dustin Geiger hits an RBI single, he'll advance to second on the throw. As the Wingnuts extend their lead, 6-4. A 2-out piece of hitting by Dustin Geiger.
Now batting right fielder, number 19, Richard Brigatano.
Now batting for Wichita is Richard Prigatano. Prigatano is 1 for 3 so far with an RBI double in the first inning. Fastball from Baker outside, 1-0. Baker, the Kansas City, Missouri native, spent last season with the T-Bones. Big 6'3" right-hander. Brigatano chops it. Baker trips on the mound, loses his shoe. Tinbrink waits for it to go foul, and it does. Nice veteran move by last season's T-Bones Player of the Year as that chopped. It looked like it was going to stay foul at the stay fair at the last second. Tinbrink just notices the roll and lets it go. As the run would have scored, no play at any base. Brigatano has speed. Tinbrink with the smart play. Counts now 1-1. Frias and Leonidal will go check on the pitcher. That fall looked like it kind of hurt. Trainer stays in the dugout, so it doesn't seem like it's that pressing of a need. Well, Jared Messer was supposed to get the start in what would be today's game. David Holm was supposed to get the start yesterday. That's not the case. Don't fully know the rotation for when we go down to Laredo. I'd have to think that Messer will be pitching the first game, though. 2-1 count to Prigatano. Fans, get your Kansas Lottery Mega Millions ticket at your favorite retailer today. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $293 million. Strike across the plate, 2-2 from Baker. Counts even at 2 to Prigatano. Runners on second and third. This would be a huge strikeout. Fastball just barely high. Draws the count full on deck for the Wingnuts is Harrison Kane. Payoff pitch from Baker. Brigatano lines it foul down the right field line. Count stays here full. Payoff pitch again. And Baker strikes him out as he limits the damage as the Wingnuts score 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2 on base with no T-Bones errors. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. T-Bones trail 6-4 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Now pitching for Wichita is Chad Nading, who in his 2 appearances on the year has been fantastic. In his very first appearance, well, his only 2 appearances have been against Kansas City, actually. His first appearance as a wingnut, he struck out the side against Kansas at Community America Ballpark on June 8th. And then in the first game of this series, as the first pitch was low, 1-0. Chad Nading threw 1 inning. He didn't allow any hits, no runs. He walked 1 and didn't strike anybody out as he still has a perfect ERA. Frias fouls it back, 1-1. Nading is a 6'6" righty from Anchorage, Alaska. He's also 235 pounds. He's a big body on the mound. Played his college ball at UNLV and spent 1 season in the Arizona League. He was drafted twice, did not sign either time, by Detroit in the 36th round in 2006 and Texas in the 37th in 2009. Played last season at San Angelo. 2-1 count to Nading. Make that 2-2 as that fastball finds the outer half. Frias grounds that to Vargas at short. Frias has the speed, and he'll beat it out for a leadoff single, as that is the first hit that Chad Nading has surrendered this season in his third appearance. Frias knocks it out of the way early, I guess, in this game being the first batter. Now batting for Kansas City is Cole Leonida. Leonida is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning and ultimately stranded at third. Comes on now, the runner on first, still no one down. Leonida fouls it back, 0-1. Nading takes his time. Gets the call, delivers. Fastball right over the heart of the plate, 0-2. Leonida spent last season in the Washington Nationals organization, going as far as Double-A. This is his first season as a T-bone. Leonida pops it straight up. Second baseman will call for it and take care of it for the first out. We have a pinch hitter in the game for Anthony Aslan, and it's Starlin Rodriguez, who has been a regular outfielder since he came back. Well, since he's been activated, having trouble receiving his. This will be Rodriguez's first at-bat of this series. Nading checks on the runner Frias, doesn't throw over. On the season, Rodriguez is batting .226 in 53 at-bats, still searching for his first home run. He does have 3 RBIs. I talked to Maz about him earlier in the year. He's just a professional hitter, he says. You can put him in leadoff, 3-hole hitter. First pitch to Rodriguez is outside, 1-0. He has power, he has speed, he has the ability to slap it. Mazzarelli could not find anything bad to say about his outfielder. Rodriguez fouls it off down the third base line. Count goes 1-1. Pardon me, 2-1. Rodriguez sends that to center. Center field is still trying to find it. He catches it on the warning track. Everybody in the park thought that was gone, including Frias, who watched it from second base. He'll have to return. Now batting is the newcomer Dalton Wheat. Looking at his college stats, it looks like he can do everything with some power, with his ability to get on, and once he's on, it looks like he can take the next base. He could be a fine player. And he picked up his first major league hit in his previous at-bat in the 6th inning, singling, and ultimately going to second. First pitch to Wheat is low, 1-0. Dalton Wheat picked up his first RBI in the 4th inning before he picked up his very first hit on a sacrifice fly. Fastball in the outer half, 1-1 count now to Wheat. Wheat rounds it to third. Third baseman mishandles it, but it was a diving play, and I'm sure they're going to call that a hit. He picks up his second hit as a T-bone.
Now batting center fielder, number 3, Tyler Massey.
Now batting for the T-Bones is the center fielder and leadoff hitter Tyler Massey. Massey is 2 for 4 today with the run scored. He is the leading run, tying run on first. First pitch strike to Massey. Massey represents the go-ahead run. And what a guy to do. His speed on the base pass. Massey also has some power. With 4 home runs, which is second on the team. Jake Blackwood earlier in this game, in the first inning, picked up his 3rd of the season. As that sets him apart as having the 3rd most home runs on the team. 1-1 count to Massey. Massey fouls it back. 1-2. One-two count to Massey. Nading delivers. Massey swings at it in the dirt, and he'll strike out. As the T-Bones strand 2 on 2 hits, they score none with no wingnut errors. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. T-Bones trailing 6-4 as the wingnuts look to add insurance runs here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Aaron Baker still on for the T-Bones as we look to get the bottom of the 8th inning started. There is action down in the wingnut bullpen, and that is their closer, their dangerous closer, I should say, and Frankie Reed. One thing that we have not seen from the Wingnuts that we usually do as they lead the American Association in this category is they have yet to steal a base today. I do believe that they stole 2 in the first action of this series. Yes, they did. One by TJ Middlestat, another one by Richard Prigatano. Tyler Massey was caught stealing in that game as well, the second time he has this season. Harrison Kane will lead it off for the Wingnuts. First pitch to Kane's a breaking pitch outside, 1-0. Kane pops it straight up. Tenbrink looking for it. Everybody's saying they got it, but Frias will take it. As he's taking care of all those, he gives a chest bump to Aaron Baker, saying, hey, man, I got your back. Now batting for Wichita is number 16, their catcher, Brent Dean. Dean is 0 for 2 with a run scored when he was walked way back in the second inning. More than 2.5 hours into this game, almost a 3, as Dean fouls the first pitch off. 0-1. It's up in the 5th row. Tenbrink still thought it was going to come back in. It's hard to doubt anything the veteran does. Oh, 1 count to Dean. sun beating down on these players. I'm sure they're going to be relieved when they get out of it. It's climbed to 96 degrees here in Wichita. Dean, they'll hit that to the gap in right center. Wheat'll show off his speed, beating Tyler Massey to that ball. They both started about the same place, got about the same jump, but Wheat just showing a little more speed than Massey. And getting it in quickly as Brent Dean is on with a 1-out single. And Tyler Massey is not an easy person to outrun. He is one of the faster T-Bones, and he has shown his range in center field multiple times throughout the year. Now batting for Wichita is Leo Vargas. Vargas is 1 for 3 so far to this point, singling, clear back into second, and coming around to score. Aaron Baker will check on Dean at first. Runners back safely. Baker delivers. Vargas swings and misses. 0-1. Baker gets set and checks on the runner back safely. Baker checks on the runner again. Nothing happening. Baker gets set again. Delivers home. Breaking pitch. Leonida, nice sliding grab. Not in the zone. 1-1. Baker steps off. Make sure he gets the right call from Leonida. Infield playing at double play depth. Middle infielder's playing in and closer to the bag. That's a grounded foul down the first base line. Nice grab by Mark Haynes down there. He scooped it up perfectly and acted like he was going to fire it back home. A lot of humor on this team. 1-2 count to Vargas. Runner goes. Vargas grounds to Frias. They're trying to turn it quick. They can only settle for the 1 with the runner going. All Frias could do was fire it to first.
Now batting, second baseman, number 5, Christian Stringer.
Now batting for the Wingnuts is Christian Stringer. Stringer is 0 for 3 so far with the walk in the second where he came around to score. Stringer smacks that ball to left field. Rodriguez will wait for it and bring it in for the third out. As the Wingnuts get 1 hit and they strand that 1 on base with no T-Bones errors, no runs scored. T-Bones' last chance coming up as they trail 6-4 through 8 complete here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Welcome back, T-Bones fans, to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore as the T-Bones come up with their last chance to tie or take the lead. And they'll do it. The 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Nate Tinbrink lead it off. Trail by 2. Tying run in the on-deck circle in the layup, Jake Blackwood. First pitch is a fastball, a little high, but they'll call it a strike, 0-1. Coming in to close out the game, quite possibly, is Frankie Reed. Frankie Reed was set up by Chad Nading and gave up 2 hits in 1 inning of work, not striking out any, not walking any, but not allowing any runs. One-two count now to Tinbrink as that breaking pitch finds the zone. And Tinbrink will go down looking. He's having a long conversation with the home plate umpire. We have had a problem with their strike zones. That'll be out number 1. First pitch to Jake Blackwood, misses a zone, 1-0. Blackwood brought the power today, going 2 for 4 with his 2-run home run in the first inning. He also singled in the 5th. Blackwood fouls it off, 1-1. Blackwood smacks that ball to right field, but it'll tail out of play. Foul ball. 1-2. Blackwood takes time to collect his thoughts. Tying run on the deck in the form of Anthony Gallus. Here comes the 1-2. High in the zone. Counts now even at 2. Reed delivers, and Blackwood will go down swinging. The T-Bones have one more out to produce 2 runs or more. I would take or more. I'd take 2 more. Let's just score. Anthony Gallus comes up now in a big situation as he is 1 for 4 so far today, singling 2 hours ago in the first inning. First pitch strike is in there to Gallus. Gallus pops it straight up. That's tailing back into play. Geiger reaches for it, and he'll put it away and end this series as the T-Bones drop 2 of 2 here in Wichita. It originally was a 3-game series, but yesterday was rained out, and they'll be playing it on August 16th. Be playing 4 games in 3 days. Again, T-Bones fall 6-4, dropping their overall record to 11-16. Wichita now jumps 2 games over 500, 14-12 on the season. Taking the loss for the T-Bones is David Holman. Holman pitching in 1 1/3, giving 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 4 walks, no strikeouts. Picking up the win for Wichita is Alex Boshears. He pitched 5 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, while walking 2 and striking out 5. He also hit 3 batters. Jake Blackwood hit a 2-run home run, his third of the season in the first inning, to put the T-Bones ahead early, 2-0. Wichita answered back, tying the game, then not relinquishing the lead since then. Be hitting the road in about an hour to start the 3-game series at Laredo. I'll be on the call for those. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. We'll have those for you here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Well, it's been a good one, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. This is Sam King signing out.